What's going on, guys, and welcome to the Dreamcast music quiz live stream. And I really need to mute myself in the background or else I'm going to hear echoes. This is what happens when you're live. What's going on, everybody? So, Jacko, Skill Jim, Dingo, what's going on? So, we are going to figure out who among you is the master of Dreamcast music. So, this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna put the rules up on the screen here. So, pretty simple, really. But, the first person to guess what game the music that is playing is from in the chat. Now, I must emphasize that it's on the actual video chat, the chat that you see on the actual live stream video, because the chat that you see in your window may not be in the same order. So, it's basically going by my chat, what I see. So, if you think you got the answer correctly first, you might not have. It's up to me. So yeah, it's what I see. It's what you see on the actual video. But yeah, first person to get it will get 10 dream points. And the points will be awarded at the end of the stream. I'm not going to do it after every song. That would be a pain in the neck. So I'll award all the points at the end of the stream. And whoever gets the most correct answers will also get a bonus 100 dream points. So that's a thing. So, small spelling errors are fine, I'm not worried about that. You must spell out the full name of the game, though. I will not accept abbreviations, so if it's, say, Crazy Taxi 2, I'm not going to accept CT2. If it's DOA, or Dead or Alive, I'm not going to accept DOA, even though that's a very common abbreviation for that game. So yeah, you gotta spell out the entire name of the game. You do not necessarily need the subtitle. It depends on the game, I guess, but say if it's something like Rival Justice, or Project Justice, Rival Schools. You do not need the Rival Schools part. Project Justice is fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, whoever gets the first correct answer will win 10 dream points. And we're going to go through 60 different songs. I have a playlist all set up. 60 different Dreamcast songs. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. So here's the first track. And I'm going to get rid of the rules because they're kind of ugly. Alright, here we go. First track. Get ready, guys. This game has some good music. So I'm going to let each track play out for about 30 to 45 seconds or so. Great music, though. Alright, so that is the first song. So far, no one has gotten it correct. And I do plan on giving out some clues until someone actually guesses it. Until it's really, really obvious. But yeah, so far no one's got it. It is not Crazy Taxi 3 or 4. There we go. Tarnish Power got it with Cannon Spike. That is correct. So let me put that up on the screen here. As you can see, there it is. Cover art for Cannon Spike. So, congratulations to Tarnish Power. I am going to write down the scores on an old-fashioned piece of paper. Alright, Tarnish. You have 1 point, congratulations. Well, technically you have 10 points. 1 correct answer. Good job, man. Alright, it's going well so far. Alright, let's move on to the next one. And I just spoiled that one because I forgot to put the... Oh, I'm not going to do that again. That's Grandia too. Good music. I'm going to play that anyway. Obviously don't guess it because you already know what it is. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Good music though. This is the music during the battle sequences. See, I thought I got some practice in yesterday, but apparently it didn't do me any good. Alright. Great music, though. One of the only Dreamcast games that came with a soundtrack disc. In the standard version, not the limited edition version. Just the regular version had a soundtrack disc with it, which is pretty cool. Really good music in that game. One of my favorite video game soundtracks on the Dreamcast, or just period on any console. Alright. We're gonna get rid of that window for the next one. Make it a bit tougher to actually guess what it is without actually seeing the cover art up on the screen. Okay, we're moving on. Here's the next one. Yes, multitasking is definitely a pain. Now, even if one of you does guess the correct answer while the music is playing, I'm not going to say who got the correct answer yet, not until the music is done playing. Shenmue the Hedgehog. What's going on, Farmhouse? Alright, that is the second game. Well, technically the third, since I screwed up that second one. And the correct answer was said. It is indeed Skies of Arcadia. Good job, Peteros. Peteros? Not sure how you say your name. One of those two. Alright, but you got it correct. And it looks like no one else actually got the name of the game correct. So good job. That is actually... I can put it up here. That is the song from the Kingdom of Ixataka. Alright. So, let's write down the score here for Peteros. 1 for you, good sir. Alright. So, 2 points on the board so far. And moving on to the next one, I am going to get rid of the cover art. Which actually, that's not really cover art, it's more like some sort of fan art. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next one. This is a lovely game. One of my favorites. That could be a clue, if you know me. I'm trying to pick some fairly obscure songs from some of the more well-known games, so it might not be the main theme for a lot of these. But sometimes you can guess just by the style of the music. Alright, that was the track there. So, I don't believe anyone's got it so far. Nope. No one has guessed it correctly so far. Alright, I'll start getting some clues since no one has guessed it. It is a beat-em-up game. There aren't too many of those on the Dreamcast, so it should be fairly easy to guess. A beat-em-up game that involves pirates. Come on, guys, you can do it. There you go, Zayden got it correct with Dynamite Cop, even though he spelled it incorrectly. Dynamite with 2 eyes. Alright, I'll give it to you anyway, Zayden. As an acceptable misspelling. Alright, 1 correct guess for Zayden. So we have 3 people on the board so far. Dynamite Cop 2. Technically, you are correct, Farmhouse. It is Dynamite Cop 2. Well, because the original was called Dynamite Deca. So, then I changed the name, so Dynamite Deca 2 is Dynamite Cop in the US. So it's technically Dynamite Deca 2. Don't know if you knew that or not. You might have been joking. But that's a fun fact for you. All right. Yeah, so three of you on the board so far. Tied, three-way tie. So, moving on to the next track. It's going pretty swiftly so far. Actually didn't show the cover art for that one, but that's fine. It's better than showing the cover art early. It's a pretty jamming track right here. Alright, so that's that one. It is not any of the ones you've mentioned so far. No correct answers as of yet. Metropolis Street Racer is actually a pretty good guess, because the style of music definitely sounds a lot like some of the tracks in Metropolis Street Racer, but that is not the correct answer. I'll start handing out some clues in a second. No, it is not Jet Set Taxi Farmhouse. Alright, this particular game is a shoot 'em up. It was released in both the US and in Japan. Maybe PAL territories too, I don't know. But definitely US and Japan. It's a shoot 'em up, space shooter, whatever you want to call it. Fairly expensive game, as with most shoot 'em ups on the Dreamcast anyway, so that really doesn't narrow it down. No, it is not Ikaruga. And Farmhouse has the correct answer with Mars Matrix. Good job, Farmhouse. And Farmhouse is the Adequate Gamer, by the way. The Adequate Gamer is his subtitle. In case anyone's confused by that. But I know who he is. Alright, one correct guess for Farmhouse. We now have a 4-way tie. Alright. I'll put up the cover art for that one. It's better putting up the cover art late than early, that's for sure. Yes, I know you like to keep things complicated, Farmhouse. You used to be the Canadian Gamer, then you were the Adequate Gamer. Or then you were, no, then you were Farmhouse, the Adequate Gamer, and then just the Adequate Gamer. It's very confusing. Alright. So, moving on to the next one. It's not a US exclusive, Jim. They had it in Japan too. Just because you didn't get it in PAL territories. In Europe. You're just mad. I don't actually own this one yet. Very expensive game. Alright, moving on to the next game. It's a very chill track. It makes some good elevator music. I'd want to ride the elevator with this one. I'd say this is probably not one of the more well-known Dreamcast games. I own it, but I haven't played it yet. Really nice looking game though. Alright, that's it. That's kind of a jazzy track. I think I heard some brass in the background there. Alright, so far, no one has gotten this one correct. So I may have to hand out some clues for this one. So this is an interesting one. I know I said no abbreviations, but here's a clue for you. The title actually has an abbreviation in it. For some reason, they have the abbreviation and then they have the full thing right after it. There's a little bit of a clue for you. I don't know how much of a clue that will be, but... Pod, good guess. That's an abbreviation, but no, it is not Pod. I don't know how many games on the Dreamcast are actually spelled out as an abbreviation, but... Devil May Cry. Wrong platform, Zelda. Or Zila. Nope, it is not Rez. Is Rez an abbreviation? I don't even know if it is. There we go. TSL has it with Egg Elemental Gimmick Gear. Very, very nice looking game. It has some really nice hand-drawn graphics. I sadly have not played it yet, but it looks awesome. It looks kind of like a Zelda-ish game. Really looking forward to trying that at some point. But yeah, that is from Egg Elemental Gimmick Gear. Some nice music. Alright, so TSL has 1 point. One correct answer. Keep saying point. 10 points, 1 correct answer. Oh, I didn't even notice you said Elemental Guilty Gear. That's a combination of games right there. But I'll accept it anyway. I know what you meant. That's what happens when you read things fast. Alright, next. Okay, you guys better get this next one. I don't know if that's a clue or not, but... Oh, by the way, here's the cover art for that. I believe this is actually the Japanese cover art. No, it's the soundtrack cover art, actually. Fitting, I suppose. Really nice looking cover art. I don't know if I think the Japanese version did use that cover art, though, if I'm not mistaken. Looks really nice, though. The artist on that game, really talented. Alright. Okay, so next we are going with this one here. I think you guys know what the answer is. Well, I think this is the first one we've had pretty much a unanimous answer on. Yes, indeed, it is Sonic Adventure, more specifically, Be Cool, Be Wild, and Be Groovy, the Ice Cap theme. Put that up on the screen there. There's no cover art, actually. Well, kind of is cover art. It's a logo. Alright, I believe Zayden got that one correct first. Yes, he did. Very good job, Zayden. He got it almost instantly. We know who's a Sonic Adventure fan in this chat. You're the #1 Sonic Adventure fan, Zayden. Congratulations. And you now have 2 points, which puts you in the lead. Congratulations, sir. I've never actually made it to that stage. I've never made it very far in Sonic Adventure. I always get lost at the train station or the hub world. I think the farthest I've ever made it was my, what was it, the 19th anniversary stream that I did. So you guys actually saw how far I've ever made it in Sonic Adventure. I just get lost too easily in that game. I should just go from stage to stage like the previous games. No hub world. But anyway, enough of my rambling about Sonic Adventure. Let's move on to the next one, and I'm gonna get rid of the cover art. See, I'm learning. Okay, moving on. This one might be tough. What's going on, Lucky Hit? I assume that is the Gaga man talking. there's that one. And so far, no correct answers. And by the way, guys, Lucky Hit, who is in the chat currently, or the Gaga Man, or Animated AF, whatever he wants to be called. Animated AF is his artist name. He is the one who designed the mascot for the channel, Katana, who is on the screen currently snapping his fingers. Very talented guy. If you ever need any sort of artistry, drawings, whatever you want to call it, artistic things done, he's your man. Alright, so no correct answers so far. Although Zepton is very close. He has a number. He has a number correct. But the name of the game is not correct. And also he has the right genre. It is a racing game with 4 in the name. But it is not 4x4 Evo. There we go. Jared has got it with 4-Wheel Thunder. Congratulations, sir. You have earned yourself 1 correct answer. Very nice. That's a fun game, too. I really, really like 4-Wheel Thunder. I actually prefer 4-Wheel Thunder over Hydro Thunder. I never really cared for Hydro Thunder all that much. It's okay. But 4-Wheel Thunder, I really, really like. It's such a fun game. It gets really difficult later in the later stages. That's the only fault I have with it. Otherwise, it's such a fun game. And it feels a lot like Hydro Thunder, except it's on land. And I like the tracks better. It's just a more involved game. There's a lot more to it. Obviously, because Hydro Thunder is a port of the arcade game, so obviously with most arcade games, they're pretty limited in content. 4-Wheel Thunder has a lot more to it, and I like that about it. Hey, there you go. Lucky It prefers 4-Wheel Thunder over Hydro Thunder too. See, I'm not alone. Alright. So far Zayden is currently in the lead with 2 points. And we have Tarnish, Pateros, Farmhouse, TSL 2018, and Jared all with 1 point. Alright, so let's move on to the next track. And I did not put up the cover art for that one. Put it up for a second, that's not really the cover art either, that is just the logo. But that's the logo for you. Alright, moving on to the next track.
Y'all ready to get funky?
Ready to get funky?
The most important part of dance is music. So now let us listen to the music and identify the beats.
Identify the beats, guys. I see some pretty unanimous answers coming in. I'm gonna let the music play out though, this is a really good track. And indeed, the answer is Jet Set or Jet Grind Radio. Either one works, but Pateros was the first one to get the correct answer, so congratulations, sir. You are now tied with Zayden for 2 points. Alright, the battle is getting hot. The battle's heating up. I believe that's more the correct term. Anyway, yeah, Jet Grind Radio. I'm sure a few of you have actually heard of that game. It's pretty good. Some really sick beats. Definitely could not have a music quiz without Jet Grind Radio. Although that's probably not one of the more well-known tracks in the game. I think there are some that are more popular than that one. I tried to pick something that's maybe a little bit more obscure, but didn't really help. All of you seem to know what it was pretty much right away. Yes, I did play some Mars Matrix music earlier, Video Game Lover 58. Alright. Moving on to the next one. I will remove the cover art first. And here we go. Alright, that's that track. It's pretty much just a loop over and over again. But not a bad track overall. Skill Jim is the first one to get the correct answer with Dead or Alive 2. Congratulations, Jim. You are now on the board. Not actually played Dead or Alive 2, or any game in the Dead or Alive series. I own it. I just haven't played it yet. I hear it's pretty good. I hear it has physics. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyway. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on the board. So, yeah, a lot of competition going on. Anyway, moving on to the next one. I actually gotta put up the cover art, of course. I forgot about that. There it is, to prove that that is indeed the correct game. This is the menu music. Alright. Alright, moving on to the next track. Good luck, guys. Very pleasant. And there you have it, folks. That was Soul Calibur. Congratulations to Lucky Hit. Was the first one to get the correct answer for that one. More specifically, that is the art gallery music for the game, as you can see there. Alright, congratulations, Lucky Hit, or Gaga Man. You are on the board. It is a very beautiful track, Farmhouse. And definitely some good background music. Just leave that on in the background, whatever you're doing. I figured I'd pick something a bit more obscure for that game. Not everyone would have gone into the art gallery, I don't think. It's not part of the main game music, so that's what I tried to do with a lot of the more popular games, because I figure a lot of you are gonna figure it out right away if I pick, say, the main theme for the song or the main menu theme, anything like that. Although I did for a few of them just to include some easy guesses. But yeah, that is the Feather in the Wind reprise from the art gallery section of Soul Calibur. Alright. Don't worry, they're not all fighting games, Tarnish. I only picked a few of them. I tried to get a lot of different games in here. A lot of variety. Alright, moving on to the next one. This is really obscure. None of you are gonna get this. You might as well give up now. I love that music. It is indeed Kitaretsu Boys Gangagan. No, it's Shenmue. Yep, Jim is the first one to get it. Such a great soundtrack. I have it on vinyl. It's awesome. It's probably the only video game soundtrack that I listen to outside of the actual game. I can't think of any other games where I just go out of my way to listen to the music if I'm not playing the game. So yeah, that's Shenmue. One of the best video game soundtracks of all time. Oh, thank you, Joshua. Joshua sent a donation of $2. Very, very much appreciated, sir. You got a Toro VGA box and Shenmue. Well, excellent. Definitely the best way to play Shenmue with a VGA box. Although the first time I played it, I just played it in composite. I have not I actually have not played through Shenmue entirely in VGA yet. I need to do that next time I play through the game. Anyway, so Jim, you now have 2 points, which ties you up with Pateros and Zayden. Alright. Put up the cover art here. Again, very nice cover art. Great soundtrack, great cover art. Alright. Moving on to the next track. Good music in this game. Yes, it is very groovy. Alright, so that's that track. I don't believe any of you have gotten the correct answer yet. Nope. I do not see the correct answer. This is a bit more obscure, although a fairly well-received Dreamcast game. I really like it. One of my favorite games on the Dreamcast, probably. And there we go, Pateros has it with Maken X. Congratulations, sir. Very good job. Yeah, definitely not one of the most well-known games on the Dreamcast, but a lot of fun. Very, very different. It's a first-person sword-fighting game, I guess you could call it. You can possess the bodies of other characters, get different powers. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed my playthrough of that game. Alright, Pateros pulls ahead with 3 correct guesses. Good job, sir. You haven't played it yet, Gaga Man? You need to get on that. Such a cool game. Came out on the PS2 as well, but I hear they changed the game quite a bit. I think they changed the control scheme. It's not in first person, I don't think, on the PS2, so it's completely different, which is interesting. But yeah, I've only played through the Dreamcast version, but definitely a good game. Highly recommended. Alright. I'll put up the cover art for that. I believe this is the Japanese version of the cover art. Oh, no, this is actually the soundtrack cover art again. Oh, you haven't played it for years. Okay, so you have played it before. Hey, what's going on, James? You are in time to score some dream points if you can correctly guess the game that this music comes from. Well, not the one that's up right now. The next one. So far, we have Pateros in the lead with 3 correct answers, Zayden with 2, Skill Jim with 2. And we also have Tarnish, Jared, Lucky Hit, Farmhouse, and TSL with 1 point each. Alright, moving on to the next track. Let me get rid of that cover art. And here we go. Wait, nope, not that one. Next one. This game has great music too. I know I'm saying about just pretty much every game. Dreamcast has great music. I'd like to get the soundtrack for this one. Very intense. Man, that's a good track. And Tarnish has it with Headhunter, a PAL exclusive. Probably the best PAL exclusive. Well, no, can't forget Shenmue 2. Well, Shenmue 2 is technically not a PAL exclusive since it came out in Japan as well. So, yeah, as far as just PAL exclusives straight up, I think Headhunter is definitely up there. Really, really good game. Very Metal Gear Solid-esque. Very stealthy game. And also an excellent soundtrack. Alright. So did I put down, I think I put that down there. That was Tarnish, yeah. So you now have 2 correct answers. Let me double check that. That would be... Just want to make sure I got that correct. Yes, that was Tarnish that got the correct answer for that one. Okay, cool. So, your point has been recorded, sir. Alright, let's get rid of that cover art. Headhunter was touted as a Metal Gear Solid killer before its release. It's close. It's close. I played both games. They're both excellent games. I'm not sure which one I'd say is better, though. But Headhunter is on the Dreamcast. So that definitely gives it some extra points. Alright. We are moving on to the next track. I've actually played Metal Gear Solid on the Dreamcast. Believe it or not, the only platform I've played it on. Oh, a lot of you getting this. Yes, indeed, it is 4x45 Evo. 4x4 Evo. But I'll accept that answer, Zayden. I see you corrected yourself anyway. So you got the correct answer 2 times. Alright, Zayden now has 3 points, which ties you up with Petaros. It's neck and neck so far. Also a very good game. Great online game to play. If you have a Dreamcast that you can play online, definitely one to check out. The floaty controls definitely take some getting used to, but it has such a good variety of tracks. And you can change the weather, you can change the time of day and things like that. Just tons of customization. Really, really good game. Good looking game too. Alright, I'm going to put up the... well, it's technically not the cover art. Just some random artwork for the game. This is menu track 9, in case any of you were wondering. I don't know if there's an actual name for that particular piece of music, but yeah, menu track 9 from 4x4 Evo. Alright, moving on to the next track. That is that one. Some pretty good music as well. No one has the correct answer so far. A lot of you going with Sega Rally 2. Definitely not Sega Rally 2. Not even in the same genre. There's a clue for you. It is not a racing game. Zayden says it sounds familiar. Come on, Zayden. Think. Think. It is not in the Power Stone series. Neither 1 nor 2. I'll play a little bit more of the track. Maybe it'll rattle some memories for you guys. will give you a clue. It is a first-person shooter. Hey, Jocko didn't even need the clue. He got Outrigger. That is the correct answer, Jocko. Good job. The music in that game is very distinctive. If you hear all the tracks from it, you pretty much get the idea. But probably not one of the more popular Dreamcast games, although it's really fun. If you like first-person shooters, you like arcade games, it's a great blend of the two. I don't think I've ever played another first-person shooter that felt quite like it. It's very, very arcadey, and I like that about it. It's a first-person shooter with a Sega arcade twist to it. Also some good music. I'll put up the cover art here. Actually, don't know what that's from. Looks like a poster of some sort. But yeah, that is Outrigger. Hopefully we'll get to play that online one of these days. Would love to try it out. It's a decent offline game as well. But definitely would be better with real people. Alright. Moving on to the next track. This one might be tough. All this music so good. All right. So far, no correct answers. Why do... It seems like everyone says Rez right away. For every song. Does every song sound like Rez music? No correct answers so far. Might have to start handing out some clues here. This might be a tough one. James is in the correct category. It is a racing game. One of my favorite racing games on the Dreamcast. Nope, it is not San Francisco Rush, or Sega GT, or Tokyo Extreme Racer, or Speed Devils. You guys are just gonna guess every single racer until you get it. That's perfectly fine. Tokyo Bus Driver. Nope. It'll be Tokyo Bus Guide, by the way. Yes, I do see the correct answer. It is indeed Vanishing Point. Congratulations to NL Gitto. Great racing game on the Dreamcast, very underrated. It is on the PlayStation 1 as well. Of course, it doesn't look nearly as good on the PlayStation 1 version, but it's a really fun game. It has some interesting extra modes as well, including one where you have to pop balloons. I believe that's in there. Some crazy stunt mode, and yeah, I believe that is the stunt mode. Stunt mode has a balloon thing in it where you have to pop balloons, you gotta jump over obstacles, do various things. That's fun. The game is a really good racing game in general. Alright, so far we have 10 people on the board, with Pateros and Zayden leading with 3 points each, followed by Skill Jim and Tarnish with 2 points each. Alright, moving on to the next track. Oh, I forgot to put the cover art up for that one. There it is. The Vanishing Point cover art. Isn't it lovely? Alright, moving on. Alright, and Tarnish got that one correct with Sega Rally 2 Championship. So you are now tied with 3 points with Pateros and Zayden. Congratulations, sir. So I don't know if I have been really enforcing it, but I should mention that I am not accepting abbreviations for games as the correct answer. So you need to spell out the entire name of the game, not necessarily the subtitle. So you can just spell out the main name of the game. So for example, Dusha55, who said SR2, that would not be accepted as the correct answer. So just to let you guys know about that. Anyway, I did mention that at the beginning of the stream, but I understand some of you may have come in the middle of the stream and did not hear the rules. But anyway, there is the cover art for Sega Rally 2 Championship. Alright, moving on to the next track. Typing of the Dead. This would be an interesting song in Typing of the Dead, that's for sure. Alright, and Rattergy got that one correct with Evolution. Technically, Evolution World of the Sacred Device. Fairly average RPG for the Dreamcast. I played through the entire thing. I thought it was okay. Nothing too special. Has some interesting music in it, including that track. And here is the cover art for that one. I've yet to play through Evolution 2. Definitely going to try it out though. I'm curious if they made any improvements in that one. Again, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just nothing special, really. But yeah, that is Evolution, World of the Sacred Device. Definitely not Phantasy Star Online, Zayden. Alright, take cover art down there, and we'll move on to the next song. Yeah, I did hear the PAL version of Evolution 2 is very expensive and rare. Not so with the US version, although it is more expensive than the first game. It's still not very expensive. But I guess the PAL version was not released in very large numbers. Alright, moving on to the next song. I am ending the stream if you guys don't get this. I love this version of the song. It is indeed the next Tetris. Congratulations to Jocko, who got the answer correct first. Farmhouse, I am very disappointed in you. This is Farmhouse's favorite game on the Dreamcast. So I'm surprised he did not get it first. He was second. Shame on you. Shame on you. Really, really good version of the Tetris theme, though. Really like that. And a very good version of Tetris, period. Especially when played online or with other players locally. It's a really, really good multiplayer Tetris game. Has some really cool elements as well, just for, compared to a standard Tetris game. Like the blocks that break apart and blocks that bundle together of the same color and explode. A lot of cool elements to it. Oh, sorry, Farmhouse. Not on my chat, you didn't get it first. For some reason, YouTube is weird like that. The chat for on your particular screen might be different from someone else's. It's not always in the same order. I am going by the chat that I see on my screen, which is also the chat that you see in the actual video stream. So yeah, in that one, Jocko got it correct first. Sorry, Farmhouse. I'm sorry to put you to shame, not knowing your favorite Dreamcast game. Anyway, we are moving on to the next one. After I put up the cover art, because I forgot to do that. There it is. I think that's actually the cover art from the PC version. That is not the Dreamcast version. But nonetheless, it's pretty much the same. And moving on to the next one. This one's groovy. It's real groovy, man. Yeah. I like that song. Music in this game is really good. It is Vigilante 8 Second Offense. The first person to get that was NL Gitto. Congratulations. You now have 2 points. Or 2 correct answers. I gotta stop saying points. 20 points, 2 correct answers. Technically, the Farmhouse, the version on the Dreamcast is called the Next Tetris Online Edition in the US, but in PAL territories it was just called the Next Tetris because they did not have an online mode in the PAL version. So there you go. Alright, I'll put up the cover art for that. There it is. That is track number 1, apparently. Not the greatest game in the world. I don't really care for Vigilante 8 so much. For some reason, I just don't care for the controls. It just feels kind of weird. Twisted Metal is definitely my favorite car combat game. Or the Twisted Metal series in general. But Vigilante 8 is not too bad. Actually, technically, it's Vigilante 8 Second Offense. But yeah. Alright. No, Tetris 4D is a Japanese exclusive Tetris game. They came out with 2 other Tetris games in Japan. That was Tetris 4D and Sega Tetris. So they had more Tetris in Japan than we did. Anyway, moving on to the next track. Great music in this game. All right, so far no one has gotten the correct answer for this one. 2 of you said Cosmic Smash. No, it is not Cosmic Smash. Very, very underrated game on the Dreamcast, in my opinion. I'll start handing out some clues if you guys don't get it. Nope, it is not Incoming or Red Dog. So this game has a very famous artist, musical artist, that does music for it, and he also appears in the game itself. That might be a good clue for you. Come on, guys. You can do it. Alright, and Mike has it with Nomad Soul. Yes, it is. It is Nomad Soul, and David Bowie composed the music for this game, and he also appears in several cutscenes for the game. Well, actually, not just in cutscenes, in the game itself. He does some music videos in the game. Really, really good music in this game. Alright. So, Mike, you now have one correct answer. You are on the board, sir. Congratulations. Now, this game was called just Nomad Soul in PAL territories, I believe. They didn't have the Omicron. And in the US, it was released as Omicron the Nomad Soul. So either Nomad Soul or Omicron, either one works as the correct answer. Considering Mike is in PAL territories in Europe and the UK, to be more specific, Nomad Soul would be the correct one for his region. Alright. There is the, well, not really cover art, but it is the logo for the game, as well as a screenshot in the background there. I love the atmosphere for this game. It's very dreary, futuristic, post-apocalyptic feel to it. It's very good. Love this game too. It's the only game I've done a review for on the channel. I don't usually do reviews, but I did review Omicron. So check that out if you're interested in this game. Alright, moving on to the next round. A little more retro sounding music here. Alright, and the correct answer was given by Dusha. Dusha55, you got the correct answer with Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes. So yeah, that is a 2D fighter by Capcom, obviously. Really good music in that game. I'm not a big fan of 2D fighters, but the music is fantastic. Very retro sounding, very distinctive. If you've ever played any sort of Capcom fighting game, you'll pretty much recognize the music. Even if you haven't heard the particular track, it all sounds very similar. Alright. So, the cover art for that one, it's right there. Oh, that is not the cover art, that is the main menu screen. Don't know if that's from the Dreamcast version or if it's from the arcade version. Either way, it is the start screen. Yeah, sorry Gaga man, lucky hit. It is definitely Dusha55 who got the first, or got the, yeah, first correct answer on my screen. Again, it's weird with YouTube's chat, but yeah, I'm going by my chat that I see. Alright, moving on to the next track. And the correct answer for that one is Gunbird 2. Congratulations, Tarnish was the first one with the correct answer, and that actually puts you in the lead with 4 correct answers. Congratulations. So Pateros and Zayden are still tied for second place with 3 correct answers. So you guys got to step it up. All right. So I'm actually not going to end up playing all of these songs because I'm not even halfway through this playlist. I thought it would take me a lot less time, but there's a lot of time in between when I play the tracks, so obviously that's me chatting is taking up time. So I may only do about half of these. We'll see how much longer I can go here, but I will have to end the stream fairly soon. But we're gonna do a few more tracks at least. Anyway, here is the cover art for this. That is actually the PAL cover art. I don't know if the US one, I think it does look different. Typically the cover art is different for the different regions, but yeah, that's the PAL version. I don't own this game, very expensive game. I don't have Gunbird 1 either. It's a little bit cheaper, but still expensive. All of the not first person shooters. All of the shoot 'em ups on the Dreamcast are fairly expensive. But hopefully I'll add this one to my collection at some point. Alright. Moving on. See the correct answer. All right, the correct answer for that one is Blue Stinger. Congratulations to TSL 2018 who got that one correct first. You now have 2 points. All right. So a lot of people on the board, not too many big point winners. So far, Tarnish is in the lead with 4. We got Zayden and Pateros with 3 each. A lot of you have a chance to catch up here, though, if you can up your game. But here is the soundtrack cover art for this game. A lot of these I didn't even know actually had a soundtrack released. Might have to grab the soundtrack for Blue Stinger, unless someone just made this cover art, I don't know. If there is a CD soundtrack, I might have to grab it. I like the music. I like that Christmassy sounding one when you first go into the town. That's some jolly music right there. Anyway, that's the cover art for that, and that was Blue Stinger, and we are moving on. Yeah, definitely an underrated game. I really like it. Seems like the opinion on the game is pretty much split down the middle. Either you hate the game or you love the game. I really like it. It's definitely a weird game. I have to agree with that. Alright, moving on to the next one. Starting to pick up now. Can you feel the intensity? Wow, I am surprised none of you have gotten the correct answer for this yet. This is a very, very popular Dreamcast game. Although I don't know how well known this particular track is. although supposedly it is the opening for the game, although apparently there are different versions of the opening. I'm not that familiar with the game myself. It's not really in my genre. I have played it though. I'll start handing out some clues if you guys don't get it. Illbleed. That is a good guess because it is in the correct genre, but it is not Illbleed. So it is a survival horror game. Gamepad has the correct series, Resident Evil, but which one is it? There you go, Skill Jim has it with Resident Evil Code Veronica. Yep, that would be the opening Claire version, according to the title. Alright, so you are newly on the board, Mr. Gamepad. Alright, you are down for one correct answer. Alright, so we're probably gonna do... Let's say, I want to give everyone a chance to win here. But some of you may have to get the next whatever number of tracks correctly in a row in order to win. But I'm still gonna give you a chance, so we'll do... Let's see... 4. We're gonna do 4 more tracks. So, good luck to everyone. Oops. Did I just show the playlist? Oh shoot. Alright, I'm going to scroll down. I'll scroll down the playlist, in case any of you actually saw what the cover art was for any of the ones that are coming up here. Alright. Here we go. It's my second mistake of the stream. That's okay. I did pretty well up until that point. Alright, here we go. Very chill. Alright, that was Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Future. Now, see, this is interesting because a lot of you said Echo, but Echo is not technically the full name of the game. You have to say Echo the Dolphin. And the first person to get Echo the Dolphin was Kitsune. So congratulations, Kitsune. You're the first one to answer with the full name. So you guys gotta pay attention. Echo the Dolphin is the name of the game, Defender of the Future is the subtitle. Alright. Here's the cover art for that. Yeah, no bending the rules. I'm watching you guys. Alright, cover art down. Moving on to the next track. I'm going to tell you right now, this one is going to be tricky. Alright, and Tarnish got that one correct with The Grinch. I'm surprised a few of you actually got that. But yep, Tarnish was the first one to get it, and that moves you up to 5 correct answers, which puts you, let's see, you are 2 points ahead of anyone else on the board. So it looks like you might have this in the bag, Tarnish. You may very well be named the master of Dreamcast music. Alright, 2 more tracks to go. You thought that was a joke answer, Dingo? Nope, that is the correct answer. Alright, moving on to the next track. Oh, I didn't put up the cover art up. I'll put it up briefly. There it is. I don't know what that cover art is from, actually. That might be the PC version? The PS1 version? It doesn't say a platform on it, so I'm going to assume that is from the PC version of the game. It's definitely not the Dreamcast version, though. Anyway, moving on to the next track. Alright, that one was pretty easy. But Pteros was the first one to get it. It is indeed House of the Dead 2. A lot of you got that one. I tried to pick one, again, that's a little bit more obscure. This is music from the 3rd chapter of the game, as you can see there. No, not Typing of the Dead side. Although, is the music the same for Typing of the Dead as it is with House of the Dead 2? I don't know. It's a good question. But either way, Tarnish was still the first, or Pteros was the first one to get that one. Which actually puts you with 4 correct answers. So if you get one more, you can tie it up with Tarnish. If you are able to tie up this next one with Tarnish, I will do a playoff and you guys can play mano a mano. And we'll see who gets the title of Dreamcast Music Master. It is the same music? Yep, I kind of figured it was. Okay, so in that case, I would have accepted either answer. But still, Pteros still got the first answer with House of the Dead 2. So yeah, alright, let me take down the cover art here and move on to the next track. And that one is indeed Speed Devils, and Jim was the first one to get that. Did I show it on the stream? When did I show it on the stream? I don't remember that. I don't think I showed the screen. But either way, that was the last track anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Tarnish is the Dreamcast Music Master. Congratulations, Tarnish Prower. You are pretty skilled with your Dreamcast music identification. So good job, sir. Pteros and Skill Jim were tied for 2nd place with 4 correct answers. And we have Zayden with 3 points, or 3 correct answers. And Jocko and NL Gitto TSL 2018 with 2 points each, or 2 correct answers. Keep saying points. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this stream. I'll probably do another one of these at some point, since I only used about half of the playlist. And I can always add more songs to the playlist, of course. But yeah, I will award you guys your points after the stream is over, so you're not going to actually see them in the stream here, but you can check your points afterwards. And Tarnish, of course, will get the extra bonus 100 Dream Points for getting the most correct answers. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. This was a fun thing to do, something different. And I definitely want to do more of these in the future. Maybe not just music, but other sorts of quizzes and things. It's cool to do this sort of thing and get you guys participating in the stream a lot more. This might be a record for number of comments in one live stream. But anyway, guys, I will see you on Friday for some Worms World Party. And until then, thanks for watching.